Hello, thank you for taking time today to watch this short recording on the Oracle Java Development Kit price changes that's affecting the market and how Red Hat OpenJDK can be an alternative. My name is John Alley, I'm a sales specialist at Red Hat. I'm joined today by Phil Prosser, a specialist solution architect at Red Hat. So let's start with what's been reported by the register in the market today. Well, initially this change has come down to pricing. And we can see here the pricing model change is now making CIOs start to question their relationship with Oracle JDK. And is it a time to move? It's essentially a CIO decision because it's not a small shift, it's quite a significant one. And CIOs now are starting to work out whether or not their relationship with Oracle, with JDK, is worth pursuing. So what is this pricing change and what does it mean? Well, the register is saying prices could increase between 2 to 5 times. However, at Red Hat, with the customers we've spoken to already, we're actually seeing much more than this. And we'll come into that in a bit. But what we're also hearing through the register is Oracle is now starting to track the downloads of its products and matching those against the IP addresses of the organizations. So some organizations that may only be using 1 or 2 versions of Java SE may start to get a very large unexpected bill. And finally, we're hearing that only 1 in 10 of the existing Oracle Java's users today are probably going to stay with Oracle in this space. So that's a very large number looking to move away from Oracle. So what's changed essentially in this space? Well, it's a pricing change, as we've mentioned already. And they're moving from a per server usage model to total number of global employees, regardless of the Oracle JDK usage. So what does global employees really mean? Well, actually, it's full-time employees, part-time employees, and even contractors as well. So that number can really stack up very quickly. So let's look at an example of what that could be. Let's say it's an organization with 10,000 employees globally, running 1,000 Oracle JDK servers. Under the old pricing model, that would have cost $420,000 at list price per annum. Under the new pricing, that's $990,000. What if they're only running 500 Oracle JDK servers? With the old price, it would have been $210,000. What if they've got 20,000 employees? Well, the new pricing is $1.6 million. So you can see how we get above that 5 times very quickly. If you've got 30,000 employees, the new pricing is 2 million, 40,000 employees, 2.5 million, and so on. And let's look at Oracle Java and the releases as well. Well, they happen every 2 years. And there's still free support if you stay in a 3-year window. However, Java environments like to be stable over long periods of time with no to little change. So this model change isn't good for Java environments, and you can't really expect to run your business with no support, no upgrades, and no patches after 3 years. But Red Hat with OpenJDK, we keep it simple. We offer a straightforward pricing model based on cores or user workstations, not total employee count. And our pricing model is already more cost effective than Oracle's old pricing model. So we know we can help customers in this area. I'm going to hand over to Phil now, who's going to talk a bit more about OpenJDK.
So when we speak to customers, we often get asked about how difficult it is to actually migrate and what the risk looks like. So OpenJDK is the open source reference implementation of Java, and Red Hat build of OpenJDK is based upon that reference implementation of Java. And in 2017, Oracle committed to open sourcing the remaining Java tools, including things like Java Flight Recorder and Mission Control. And then from version 11 of Java, Oracle JDK and OpenJDK, and indeed Red Hat's build of OpenJDK, effectively became the same thing. Today, most customers are using Java 17. To lower risk further, what we do is then we perform the TCK certification test upon Red Hat build of OpenJDK, and this ensures compatibility between the Red Hat builds, the Oracle builds, and indeed anybody else's build of Java. Red Hat are also a member of the OpenJDK governing board, and that gives us views of strategy and input into strategy and direction for Java going forward and into the future. And in addition to this, we're also the leading contributor to the OpenJDK project outside of Oracle themselves. This ensures that we have lots of expert engineers at Red Hat that really understand Java from the inside out. To reduce risk further, we also have the migration toolkit for applications. This allows us to analyze your jar files and or Java source code to look for any potential pitfalls that might be there ahead of any migration that you may participate in. And as you would expect, we also have Red Hat Consulting, who have helped many of our customers successfully migrate from Oracle JDK to Red Hat's build of OpenJDK as well. As John was mentioning earlier, people like stability with their Java version, so we provide a full life cycle, long life cycles for each version, along with full enterprise support for that product life cycle as well. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Phil. Hopefully that's given you some confidence in our capability on migration and also the on-term support of OpenJDK as well. So if you'd like to reach out to your aligned Red Hat account representative, please do so and start to think about these following questions, because these are the types of questions we'll be asking. Understanding what Java distributions you're currently using today, what versions they're on as well, and what operating systems they're running on. They're all key questions. Also, are you paying for Java support anywhere else today already? And have the Oracle team already contacted you about compliance? And are you on that new model already? But it's not all bad news. If you're running RHEL, so Red Hat Enterprise Linux or Red Hat OpenShift today, well, OpenJDK is included in the support of these environments already. So the cost could just be the migration cost to get you onto our platform. I hope you found this useful. I'd like to thank you for your time today, and we look forward to working with you in the future.